Hello students, welcome to SSC class 10th. Students, we were reading the chapter first of geography, resources and development. In last video, we have reached up to the topic development of resources in country like India. Now, our next topic is conservation of resources. So students, every resource present on earth is being overutilized nowadays, which is resulting socio-economic and environmental problems. To overcome these problems, we need to conserve the resources. As Gandhiji said, there is enough for everybody need and not for anybody's greed. Gandhi said everything means every resource is available on earth is enough for everybody's need, but for greed it is not possible to meet the demand of the greedy people. So we need to conserve the resource, we need to settle down the exploitative nature of modern technologies, because exploitation of resources is more nowadays as compared to ancient time. So due to this we are facing lots of problems, environmental problems, socio-economic problems. So we need to conserve these resources. Next topic is land resources. All of you know land is a resource. All of you can understand why land is called resource, because land provides various type of activities, platform, and it provides soil for cultivation, it provides space for doing activities, it provides space to build roads, to build canals, etc. So land is an important resource for human being. So why land is important? Because land, it support all natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activity, transport, communication system, etc. So land is very important. If we look at this pie chart, we will see there is 43% plains, 27% plateau, and the rest of the area is mountain, 30%. So we will discuss the land use patterns in India. Land use patterns in India, we will discuss it in this video. Let us see. So India has variety of land relief features or landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains, islands. So all of you have discussed that on pie chart 43% of the land area is in plain, where we can do agriculture. The 43% area provides very good condition for agriculture and lime industry. Mountainous is 30% surface area of this country and ensure perennial flow of some rivers from the mountains. You can see from the 9th chapter that mountains plays important role for the river flows, because the snow from the mountains melt in the summers and help to provide water to the rivers which are known as perennial rivers, the river which flows for whole years. 27% of the area of the country is plateau region. It is possess rich reserve of mineral, fossil fuels. All of you know plateau region is in India's the central highlands, Deccan Plateau, as you have discussed in class 9th. So let us see land use pattern or land utilization. First of all, we will discuss the land present in India is used in many ways. For example, first is forest. Second is land not available for cultivation. Cultivation means for agriculture. That land is called, maybe it is barren land, it is not fit for agriculture, or wasteland that is not fit for agriculture. Second type of land which is not available for cultivation is non-agriculture area. For example, buildings, roads, factories. These buildings, road, factories, for example, we are living in a city or we are going to a school. The land under the building of school, the land under the buildings of cities are not available for cultivation. So second pattern of land use is land not available for cultivation, that is barren and wasteland. One type is barren and wasteland which is not available for cultivation. Second is non-agriculture use land, that is building, road and factory land. Third is other uncultivated land. Here we see two types of land. First is permanently uncultivated land and second is fallow land. Fallow land means the land which is left for gaining its fertility. It is left for 1 year, 2 years, 6 months to gain its fertility. It is called fallow land, which is left uncultivable for some time. But we are discussing about uncultivated land, excluding fallow land. So, three types of uncultivatable land are available, excluding fallow land. First is permanent pastures or grazing land. As you have seen in the class 7th, 8th and 9th, the grasslands, pastures, which are permanently available for grazing of cattle. Second is land under miscellaneous trees, crops, groves, not including net zone area. The land where trees are present, for example in forests and groves, these lands are not used for agriculture or cultivation. So this is also an uncultivable land. Second is cultivable wasteland, left uncultivated for more than 5 agriculture years. This is also called uncultivated land, which is on which the agriculture is not done for 5 years. This is called uncultivable land. Fourth is fallow land. Fallow land means the land which left for some time uncultivated, because somewhere in India, some part of India, there are the region where land is not so fertile. It takes time to regain its fertility. So in those areas, fallow land is provided to the field. So for example, in a field, the field is divided into 2 or 3 parts, in which one part is left uncultivable, that is called fallow. For example, you have 1 acre land. So let us see, this is your 1 hectare agriculture land. One and second part is available for agriculture and third is left uncultivable for 6th month. These 2 fields are cultivated and this is left fallow. For the next 6 months, one of them, this or can be this, left uncultivable. Let us see in 2 field system. One is left fallow, second is available for agriculture. For next 6 months, second is available for agriculture, first is for uncultivable, or we can say for fallow land. So in this process, a circle is maintained to have perfect fertility of soil. This is called current fallow land. For example, this kind of fallow land for suppose for this 6 months this land is left fallow, another agriculture land, another this part is left fallow. So for 6 months or for 1 year, one part is left fallow. This is called current fallow land. Other than current fallow, left uncultivated for 1 to 5 year agriculture years. This land is the area where agriculture is done very less. So this is called the area left fallow for more than 1 to 5 years. This is not included in current fallow land. Next is net sown area. Net sown area is where agriculture is being practiced at present. So this is called net sown area. Around us or in whole country where agriculture is done at this point of time, this is called net sown area. So after this we start land use patterns in India. So students, all of you know India has different types of physical factors which affect our agriculture process. For example, topography, climate, soil type, as well as human factors such as population density, technological capabilities, and culture and tradition affect all these factors affect the agriculture pattern or land use pattern in India. Let us see by the pie chart what are the land use pattern in India. So general land use pattern, it is surveyed in 1960 and 61 and it is compared with 2014 and 15. So let us see what changes are. Let us see how the land use pattern changed by the time. So forest land in 1960s, it was reported forest was 18.11%. Now it is 23.3%. Barren and unculturable land, that is 18.11% in 1960s. Now it is 5.6%. Next is area under non-agriculture use, that is 4.9%, and here it is 8.79%. This is area where the uncultivable land is used, like buildings are built, roads were built, etc. Next is permanent pasture and grazing ground. Its percentage is reduced from 4.71 to 3.3%. Next is area under miscellaneous trees, crops and groves. This is also reduced by 0.5%, 1.50% to 1%. Next is cultivable wasteland. It is also reduced 6.23% to 4%. Next is fallow other than current fallow. This land is approximately this is same, because the fallow land which is left for more than 5 years for cultivation, because there is nothing type of agriculture is done. This kind of area is means you can say the deserted area or etc. This land is same, the percentage of this land is same. Current fallow land is increased and net sown area is approximately same, 46% to 45%, around 1% decrease in net sown area. How the net sown area is decreased? Because the area under non-agriculture use is increased, because population increased, the settlements are increased. So this is the land use pattern pie chart. We can see this pie chart. The data can be differ from different books, because in 10th standard NCERT books are of different editions. Older year editions gives another type of information, but the pie chart you are looking at in this video, this pie chart is up to date. How does this pie chart is formed? The survey is done around the area is 3.28 million square kilometer. Land area is almost surveyed. How land is used, how these fallow lands are left, about all area up to 93% area is surveyed. The area which is left, that is the area of Assam and the area of Jammu and Kashmir, which is POK, Pakistani occupied Kashmir, and occupied by the China, the Ladakh region. Except these area, whole area under Indian boundary is surveyed, and according to this survey, this pie chart is formed. What is decreased and what is increased we have discussed in that pie chart discussion. So this is the land use pattern in India. So what percentage of area in agriculture? Students, you will see the net sown area is varies from different parts of India. For example, in states like Punjab and Haryana, 80% of the total area in Punjab and Haryana and less than 10% in Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram, Manipur, Andaman Nicobar Islands are under agriculture or under sown area. And the same way, the forest differs. Forest policy states that 33% of the geographical area should be in National Forest Zone. But as we have seen, the area under forest is less than the decided area. The wasteland includes the land, rocky region, arid, desert, and the land put under non-agriculture use includes settlement, roads, and industries. So these are different types of land use pattern as we have discussed. So students, this is the video. In next video we will discuss about the land degradation and types of soil. So keep in touch and do the work which is given. Thank you.